kayak the stunning Hanalei Bay and ease your way through the tropical paradise of northern Kauai. Refresh your senses with this crisp island IPA. The subtle bitterness of hops is balanced by passion fruit, orange, and guava. Easy does it. Thanks for watching Tapping Out Show. This is Matt and
Jeremy.
And we're going to do Kona Brewing Company Hanalei Island IPA. I'm really excited about this because I've been to Hawaii, and when I went to Hawaii, they had this juice they called it Pog juice. It's passion fruit, orange, and guava, and that's this mixed with an IPA. So I love this juice. I love IPA, so I'm actually excited. I'm hoping this is going to be a great beer.
There is 3 different types of hops. There is 2 different types of malts. And usually with an IPA that has a little bit of malt in it, that's a good thing. It kind of gives it a little bit more of a caramel taste or a little bit less of a kick. The fact that this is made with the juice that he's really into, that probably helps too.
Yeah, so it's a low alcohol. So it's going to be more of a, island beach kind of thing. But when I saw this the other day, I just kind of figured it was right on my alley. So let's give it a shot. This was a very, very fairly priced beer. I think this thing was like $3-4. Maybe even less, so pretty good price for how expensive some beers can be these days. So I'm looking forward to it. It says on the bottle there's still craft beer. I know they got a few operations. They're pretty big now, but I think they're famous for a red lager that they had.
Longboard.
What's that?
Longboard.
Yeah, the longboard. So I definitely have had that one. And, I'm definitely looking forward to this because, like I said, I like the juice. When I was in Hawaii, I drank it pretty much everywhere I went. And I like IPA, so I'm kind of hoping that it's going to mean that this is going to be a great beer for me. But we'll see.
So, basic beer. You can see through it. It's clean. I mean, it's definitely a pale ale just by the look of it. A lot of pale ales are not.
Yeah, it looks like a pale ale lager. I mean, it's pretty clear.
I was going to say it's not.
It smells citrusy.
It's pretty transparent versus translucent, which means it's very clean. It's very filtered. I can taste your fruit, or smell it at least.
I can smell the fruit on it for sure. It definitely has that islandy kind of smell, so I'm definitely liking that. And let's see what it tastes like. Cheers.
Cheers. Huh. You first.
I actually like it, and I guess the way to kind of explain this is kind of what I expected when I've had kind of like sours and like fruit flavored kind of beers. Mm-hmm. This doesn't bother me though. I like fruit, and this basically tastes like, I wouldn't say it tastes like Pog juice, but it tastes like some tropical fruit and light IPA.
Yeah. I'm going to say that it has a citrus taste that most West Coast IPAs will carry with a kick. And I don't mean a kick from the IPA, I mean a kick from the juice. It does have more of a juice flavor. I can kind of see your reference on the sour.
It's almost like tropical Skittles versus regular Skittles.
There you go.
Like just that has that tropical, islandy kind of different kind of fruit versus, the American, normally getting orange and whatever. This has orange in it, but, it has that islander, that guava.
Right.
I mean, I don't think I've ever had any West Coast IPAs that got guava and passion fruit in it. So I think that's probably the different fruit taste that we're getting. But it's definitely in a good way. I definitely like this beer.
I'm going to say with the fruit mix and the malt mix, the hop kick is not nearly as bad as any IPA that I've had. But then again, it's also a lower alcohol content than any IPA I've had. So with that said, it's pretty easy drinking. I want to say I know this is a seasonal one for them. It's not a typical. If you could get like a 6-pack of this and went to like a barbecue or...
See, I was thinking 12-pack, but this is definitely a good beer. It's got good flavor. It's an IPA, but it doesn't taste like an IPA.
No.
I mean, if you drink IPAs as much as me and this guy do, you know that normally you're expecting a lot of hops. The citrusness is definitely a lot different. Not as much on the front end as this is.
It's sweet,
and it's definitely done well. It's definitely blended well, and you know, I wasn't too sure when I saw this, but you know, it definitely has all the ingredients I like. And I've only had one other beer from Kona, but this is definitely a good one.
On a rate scale, 1 through 5, I think I'd give this a solid 4. I would give it more if it had a higher alcohol content, but I almost think that the alcohol content would change the way this beer tastes.
Yeah.
And that's not in a positive direction, because I think the taste, if you're only going by taste alone, this is a 4.5 for sure. But as a solid beer, an actual beer that we would rate based on everything about it, I'd give it a solid 4.
That's funny because I would give it a 4.5. I'm not holding the alcohol content against it. I'm more categorizing it as a lower content beer. This is something that, and I say this sometimes, should dominate the beer shelves of most American beers that you see, that are in that low 4.5, 5 point something alcohol. I would take this all day, every day over any low alcohol beer that I could even think of below 5%.
Agreed.
So I'll give it a 4.5 because of that.
So this is a really good beer. Kona does some really great stuff. Hopefully someday we'll do another one. We'll probably do longboard just because it's their staple. But for an IPA that doesn't taste like an IPA, this is pretty. Well, anyways, so we're going to finish these up because it's easy drinking. It's good stuff. If you want to email us about anything, it's info@tappingoutshow.com, and social media, all one word, Tapping Out Show. Besides that, we're going to finish these.